Oh, all right, all right. Check, check, check. We are here. All right. All right. So, preseason, season 5. I already did 3v3 tonight. So, I didn't want to waste a lot of time with that. Have a full agenda of topics to touch on. So I did not want to jump into that. I did want to jump into something in regards to mixed squads that I noticed. I was talking with King from our server. For those of you that don't know King, he is absolutely awesome. He is just turned one of our VIP 18s. In the 3v3 arena, I had fought him, and I did it today as well. So I'll just bring the most recent one up, easier to talk about. So you can see here that my missile beats his air squad. So this is my 76 missile beats his 84 air squad. Now, if you look, he actually has a mixed squad. He's using Murphy here, or actually he switched it. He has Williams now. So he has Williams here. What's interesting about this is I had him attack me. Hey, welcome in, Jack. Welcome in. Good to have you in. Yeah, give me 1 second. I will answer you. 1 second. So he has Williams in 3v3. So what he wanted to lose some troops. He was attacking me, and I said, you know what? I want to see what it is. Send your air squad at me because I want to test it outside of the arena. I want to see how my air squad does against you anyway. So last night, he sent his air squad at me. Now, if you notice, I just beat him right there when it was mixed squad. So technically, his mixed squad against my Williams, against my missile, should make it more potent against me. But if you look here, when he is all air without the mixed squad, he beats me. You know, I mean, handily. Like, I do pretty good against him, 120, but he beats me here pretty handily compared to the 3v3 arena. So really interesting note here to look at this, because here we are thinking mixed squads, right? Mixed squad is going to help you. So, hey, we throw Williams or we throw Murphy with our air squad. Now, the sandboxing that we did was against tank. So, air against tank, so a little bit different. We don't have a true sandbox in this. But if you look at Williams and Murphy against missile, you would think that the mixed squad would help, which is precisely why people do mixed squads in 3v3 to begin with. They set their teams up with mixed squads. So you see Hulk has put Lucius here with missile. He's put Adam here with tank, and Murphy here with air. The only reason you do this is because you want to better the counter of your squad. So very interesting that when this was outside of the 3v3, when we looked at a full team, non-mixed squad, the full team did much better than the mixed squad. Now here is an even more interesting point. That is me against King, right? So me against, here I am VIP 16 against an 18. King, who's a VIP 18, went against Hulk. He could actually beat some of Hulk's teams until Hulk did his mixed squad. So there's something going on here that I need to look into more that I just touched on last night, where when it was VIP to VIP 18, the mixed squad is working better than it was when it's the 18 against me, 16. For whatever reason. I don't know. The full team works better, as you can see. Either that, or there's something happening comparing the 3v3 arena versus actual PvP fighting outside, which is what I kind of pulled in to our battle yesterday. But King questioned that, and he thought, why? Why would that be any different? Now, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the war leader skills. You get a buff in the arenas that you don't get outside of PvP. We do have those. And that could be why I kind of get a little bit more juiced up in the 3v3 versus not. But it was just a note yesterday that it appeared. So I need now a little bit more research. We didn't have a lot of time. Obviously, you could see this happen last night. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have two things going to happen. One, I'm going to have King switch to his regular air squad so I can attack that in 3v3. And then two, I'm going to have King send his mixed squad against my teams. And then I'll have a comparative apples to apples reports that we could talk about. It was just a very interesting development that I saw yesterday when he was hitting me. He also questioned it. So it was worth talking about and bringing up, at least to me. Because I'm always looking at this. I can't stop with the mixed squad stuff. So it was kind of interesting that I saw the counter to that, which is good. So I will, now let me answer your questions because I want to keep with the mixed squad conversation to go in. So let's see. What do you got for me, Mr. Wilson? What do you got? No rush. Hey, Patty. Good having you in as always. It's just about the reindeer trucks. When do they start producing weapon shards and stuff? Also in your video, there are some other items I've never saw before. Okay, so the now I'm trying to reminisce to this, Mr. Wilson, that I can't fully remember. I believe it's I think it's headquarters 35. Hey, look, when is this? Sammy's victim, right here. We're gonna get to do this one live. We're gonna do this live at reset because he's gonna be. It's as long as Hulk doesn't get him first. I do have more Samy reset, but there I go, get distracted again. I believe this is, Mr. Wilson, I believe this is showing up at headquarters 35, where you start getting the weapon shards. I think you can launch reindeer prior, but I believe they're with gold shards instead of the exclusive weapons. So I think you have to be headquarters 35 and then these start. People can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't fully remember that, but I believe that's what I recall. So I don't necessarily think it was stuck on a season or a specific time that happened. I believe it started happening as soon as you completed the tech for the reindeer and you were 35. That's what I remember. Matter of fact, no, you could get the reindeer whenever you want, but it's going to be gold shards. So by all means, if you guys remember that better than me, by all means, jump in. It's been a while, but I believe that was the case. Hopefully that helps, Mr. Wilson. Wu Chow, welcome in. Always welcome in. Oh, there he is. All eyes on it, Sammy. You knew it. You know it, buddy. I got you. I told you, man. Who would I be if I forget about you, Sammy? I told you I would test. Matter of fact, there was somebody the other day who I was talking to, and I said, oh, Sammy's victim? And they said, what? What's Sammy's victim? And I said, oh, you are not a follower of our program. I can't help you. If you don't know who Sammy's victim is, I can't help you. So, but yes, Sammy, we're going to do that live, but I also already have the reports, so we're going to get into that too, sir. What do you got? So, Wilson, when Headquarters 31 unlocked Season 3, I'm just about to start Season 2. There was also some items in the secret task. I think it was, I've never saw them before. Interesting. In the secret mobile squads? In here? You're seeing? It's funny, somebody just brought this up in the chat, and I apologize. I thought for some reason these adventurers, the key chests, I thought they were hooked to Taylor for some reason, because I remember the adventurer chest, so I just had this assumption. I unlocked Taylor right when the game started. Like, I've had Taylor from the beginning because it was just too good to not unlock her. So I've had her from the get-go, but he's like, no, that's just adventure chest in the radar only. Because I always see, when I see the adventurer chest, I'm just like, oh, the adventurer chest, that must be her. But I guess it's not. Everybody gets the adventurer's key chest, so only the radar ones you get. Are you the mystery supply boxes? By the way, I need to see, is there stamina in this thing? No. No. Are they in here? We're trying to remember. Like I was talking to somebody else. That's a whole nother conversation. I told you I got a big agenda tonight. A list to get to. A whole list to get to tonight to talk about. So I don't want to get too sidetracked, but there was also some. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, the Adventures. Okay, the Adventures chest. You don't have the Adventures chest? That's these. The Adventures key chest. That's interesting. Does everybody have these? Because I swear I was like, I was trying to remember to tie these to Taylor or not, but I don't have enough to go on because I don't know. Yeah, I know Taylor's radar, right? But now see what I mean? Like Mr. Wilson doesn't have the Adventurers chest. So when did the Adventurers chest start? Because he doesn't have them. So I don't. And he's in season 2. So somewhere between season 2 and season 4 did these kick off? Because if he doesn't have them, I don't understand why he wouldn't. But I don't know. Oh, okay. So there we go, Sammy. Started for me after season 3. There you go, Mr. Wilson. There you go. After season 3, maybe. Per Wu Child. Wu Child says season 3. There you go. There you go. There you go. And here to see. Haha. Can I see you? Here to see says after the gorilla. I like it. I like it. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't remember them when they actually showed up. But I love that they do. They're phenomenal rewards. So yeah, don't miss out on these. Gold. Who but love gold. Gotta get some gold. All right. So let's see. You know these, so I can one. Make sure I thought Taylor for. Oh, definitely. Listen, definitely get those Taylor. I mean, listen, you're gonna love it just for the stamina that comes out of radar tasks. According to everybody else, I'm starting to hear about this stamina business, so I wanted to touch on that too. But so many places to go. So mixed squad. I want to stay in this mixed squad conversation though, because it was really interesting. So coming off of what we call Overreaction Thursday, right, where I talked about Fiona, the overreaction of it, because bunch of nonsense. Like, yes, I understand. Fiona was big, and we talked about it with Sting. If you didn't listen to, we're actually going to have that bit. If you missed the season 5 interview with Sting that we had, our VIP 19, we're going to post just the interview for season 5 information so everybody can have that and listen to it. It's an awesome conversation, especially if you're not in season 5, you're going, or you have season 5 coming up. A lot of good tidbits certainly helped me, and I've been able to pass on some stuff. So on top of that, we talked about Fiona a little bit, diving in. Complete Overreaction Thursday, and that goes a step further with, as I dove in and thought about this Fiona business. So we talked about the Fiona, and I said, one of the things I said about Fiona exclusive weapon was that Tank is an awesome counter to this because of Marshall's targeting. So with Marshall and you have targeting to go after Fiona, you can completely eliminate Fiona from a battle. Now, what's even more, as I started to go into this, I swear, when you start season 5, and this is something I was talking to King about, King was saying, you know what? He was thinking, why go full in on Fiona to level 30? When you can go hold back and get Stepman. So if you actually use Tank, or you have Tank as a usable team right now, it's worth it to go after Stepman. Because everybody's going full tilt into Fiona. So if they do that, your counter is Tank. And Tank, if you have it built, if you are Tank, or you have it built in any way, it is, as I keep saying, stay with Tank. Tank's powerful. Tank whatever. Don't ignore Tank. Listen, Tank is going to be phenomenal to me against this Fiona weapon. I just think that if you target, if Marshall just targets Fiona, and Stepman's exclusive weapon is powerful, you just take Fiona out of the battle, right? So it's just a great counter. It's just a great counter right there. And so I can't wait to see it. Now, here's the mixed squad piece of it. What I suggested that I can't wait to try is, think about this. What about a Tank squad? Remove Murphy. Leave Williams with his exclusive weapon 30 in there. And then you put Kim in the front hero strategy. I know I'm not huge either, but let's stay 4 offensive, 3 damage dealers. You get Kim in the front. You put Fiona in the back. You have Stetman in the back, both with their exclusive weapons, and Marshall's targeting. So you essentially have 3 damage dealers, a buff, and Williams' defense from a front hero strategy. I really want to see this counter to missile. To air. I want to see a Fiona with tank counter to air and see how that works. Because if Fiona's as powerful as we think, then great. It'll work great against air with tank with both Stetman and Fiona's exclusive. So I'm really hoping to try that. I'm hoping maybe somebody... Unfortunately, my tank's a little behind because I haven't been able to work on the mastery. So I'm hoping to squeeze King out to be able to test some of this stuff to see if I can get him to do it. And then get some battle reports and show you from Season 5. I don't know. Just came into my brainchild a little bit. Like, just start thinking about this mixed squad stuff. So I thought that would be an awesome counter to our conversation. So I think anyway, that's good stuff. So talked about that. So stamina. We were just talking about stamina, right? I was talking to somebody in Discord. One of our members in Discord, who had brought it up to me, Jegelbur. I hope I'm not butchering that. Jegelbur in the WWC community had brought up to me that he's on server 917, and right now they are having trouble with stamina. So heads up, not sure, literally just came to me a few hours ago. Thought it'd be worth broadcasting and letting you guys know going into a season. Especially, he's in season 917. But he was saying that he is not seeing stamina. Like the 10s, they usually get the 10s. And their team is like hoarding the 50s, like deathly afraid that they're not going to get more stamina. Got me thinking that I can't remember where we get like all the 10s from. Like, I mean, obviously you guys know I have a boatload of stamina. I don't really use it. Unless I like need to, because I just keep stocking up. And I have, 1,426 10s. I'll be damned if I remember where I get them from. I get a boatload from the radar from Taylor, but I thought those were 50s. I didn't think they were 10s. Like, 10s could come from, like, the Doom. I know, but I think those were 50s, too. And I know we get 50s from, like, the Alliance thing here. Where the heck do we get 10s? I don't even remember, like, where they are. I thought maybe in the mystery boxes, but I just looked. They're not in the mystery boxes. So why do we get so many 10s? I'm trying to put those pieces together. So if you guys could help me recall that, because I don't. They're not in here. They weren't in the Adventurers Key Chest. They're not in the Mystery Squads. Yeah, I don't know. Because I buy the 50s. I don't know. Yeah. So, anyway. Just a warning to you out there right now. Still early to figure it out, but he said he was having trouble accumulating. The whole team at this point was barking that they were having trouble accumulating stamina. So it's enough to look into, at least. You know where else, Mr. Wilson? I just remember these came from? Digs. We have stamina digs. I know I get 10s from them, right? Like, we all get the stamina digs. I know we get 10s there. But I can't imagine I've got 1,400 only from digs. Like, I swear they're coming from somewhere else. So, I don't know. Mystery will be solved at some point. I assure you of that. But anyway, that was just a warning. I just wanted to make sure I get that out to everybody. Nothing more to really be seen. Don't know other than the fact that he just spotlighted to me, and I thought it'd be worth telling you. Okay, let's see. Taylor first. Taylor. It started with me. Okay. Cool. All right, nothing. Let's move into we did this. I talked about this. Let's go into well, you know what? I'm gonna wait because I was gonna do Sammy's victim, but I might be able to do that at reset. Although we have a bunch of stuff to do. It might have preseason stuff to do at reset. I don't know what's coming for season 5. So let's look at Sammy's stuff. Let's look at Sammy's victim. So for those of you that don't know, this is Sammy's victim. So we have been in a daily war for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks at this point, maybe over 2 weeks. Every single day, he burns my sleds. He's a 79 missile, stronger than my 77 missile. At one time, he was 78.9. He continues to spend money and make his missile stronger over these last couple weeks. I think he was like 78.6, 7, and he's pushed himself to 79.3. Actually, just the other night, I think it was Sunday when I found him and I was fighting for Samy. One of the battles, he was 79.1. I burned him. And then another one, he was 79.3. And he upped his team again. So, we didn't know what to call him. Samy came up with a mystery lineup because I was beating him with the standard defense in the front. In the back, I target Marshall. I put Marshall with my missile, as you all know if you've listened to the program. My missile versus missile go-to is always Marshall in the missile. Beats a straight-up missile team almost every time. That's a little stronger than you or dead even. So I have my Marshall against his Swift, and I take him out, and it works. Samy, who is part of the program, good to have you in, Samy, had come up with a lineup he wanted to try, he suggested, which was a front damage dealer, which I'm not a huge fan of. But as you know, I want to clarify that for those of you that don't usually listen. I don't mind the front damage dealer overall. I just don't like it as your standard team. The testing and sandboxing of a front damage dealer is not consistent. You have beautiful ceilings, very high ceilings, when you have a front damage dealer. But the consistency is not there. You have ups and downs, like peaks and valleys when you have it. So I don't like it on the reg. If you're losing to somebody that's a little bit stronger than you, like this situation, it's really a great thing to try. Now, Samy suggested Swift front left, and next to McGregor. And then in your back row, line Marshall up against Tesla. And then he didn't care, everybody else, how they were, where Adam went and where Fiona went. Or where Adam went and where my Tesla went. He didn't care. So, we did it. We did Samy's test. And Samy. Oh, wrong one. Samy. Victorious, Samy. Victorious. You got yourself a win. Now, as you can see, if you watch every win that I have, it is a barely, no matter what I beat. I will also tell you, to no surprise, I fought this a few times. It took, if you look here, victory and attack, I had to fight 3 losses and then I beat him. So, kind of with the standard test of the front damage dealer, it's like once you get the peak, like I said, once you hit that peak, that ceiling, you'll end up getting a win. You just have to do it a few times because you're not consistent. So that's what happens. Like, you see here, like, look how much McGregor and Adam were both left on this battle. But Samy did get a victory out of it. I did change the lineup over here. And as you can see here, Marshall against his Tesla. His Swift was over here. Samy's victim fell to Samy's lineup. So, good job, Samy. Good job. I promised you we'd try it. Promise you. And there we are. It actually works out. Works good. And I'll tell you what. At this point, it's becoming freaking impressive that I'm winning these battles. I don't care what anybody says. I'm patting myself on the back for these battles being won because this is a 79.3 at this point to my 77.8. If I were him, I'd be pissed. Straight pissed. I'll show you a battle report. The only thing I'm beating this guy in is my Marshall strategy. Instead of having a straight missile, using Marshall and chips. I have him beat by 4 chips, I think. That's it. If you believe me, watch this battle report. Tell me you wouldn't be upset that I would win this, beat you with this. 79 point, well, this is a 0.1. I actually beat him. Hold on, there's a 79 point. I beat him again. here, look at this, 79.3 to 77.7, right? And he has, now I have Marshall in here. So again, I got the 5th there. The strategy, where skills, the gear is the same, but watch this. If you look at the drone, I'm beating him by 0.1 because of my chips. It's 32 to 36. I have 1 each on it, and he's short. One each. Other than that, that's it. His drone's stronger. He has better components than me. He has a higher combat boost. He has a better tech than me. He has higher decorations, higher units, higher wall, higher overlord, higher tactic cards. You name it, he's beating me in every single category. So if I were this guy, I would be friggin' pissed. And I think all of you would be the same. Like, look at the Gorilla Strategic Builder. He's got all the special training higher. Yeah, it's just wild. He has tactical weapon. I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's just the same story over and over again with this battle. But listen, Kubiki's pulling it off. So we'll do it again live. We'll do the Samy lineup again for you. We'll do it live. And oftentimes I have to fight it like I showed you. I just keep fighting it like 4, 5, 6 times. One time, I think I have fought him like 9 times. And then I finally won one. So sometimes it takes a little while. I'll give you like a heads up. I mean, I'm overcoming quite a cushion there. But I'll give you a tip too. If you don't like somebody and you know you can fight their truck 27 times. Because nothing says you don't like somebody to get the message across than fighting somebody's truck 27 times. You know what I mean? If you look at your battle report, you'll say ha ha, but you'll be like, man, that guy don't like me. So if you're trying to get a message across and not, you know, do it subtly, that's one way to do it. All right. So that is Samy's thing. We will certainly get back to that. But yeah, Samy, good job, man. Good job, I have to say. The lineup certainly worked. Let's see. Patty, what do you say? Beat 29.8 aircraft last week. Furnace War. It's a feat for me. Feels good, man. Yeah, send me the report. Send me a report, Patty. I'd love to take a look. I have Taylor 4 stars. Is 5. Absolutely, Jack. For me, absolutely. Taylor is one of the... out of all the things I will say, especially the earlier, the better based on return of investment, Taylor is one of the best investments in the game that I have made. If I was a free-to-play player, it would be like, and I only had to spend on one thing, Taylor would be one of my investments without a doubt. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The deco that comes with it, the stamina that comes with it, the resources that comes with it every single day. Again, return on investment. The earlier you get Taylor, the more return you're going to get as you get into 400 days, 500 days. You're getting all of that every single day. It's absolutely... Matter of fact, the deco, I was just talking to King yesterday. Look at this, the deco. Right here, Warrior's Monument. I'm on level 6 for Warrior Monument already. Look at that. There you go. Nothing crazy, but listen, it's the hit points, which you're talking, like, hit points are always nice to have, but you look at the Hero Overlord attack is 3,000. It's free. It's a free, like, little deco that keeps pouring in and pouring in and pouring in. But again, the stamina, the resources, it's just awesome. It's just constant. So yes, I 100% approve of you're getting a Taylor to 5 stars. Especially, I think something else comes with Taylor to 5 stars, by the way. Let me just remember, because there was something else I think you get. Taylor, 5 stars. You get this, the deluxe Venturer's chest. You're going to get 40 of these, by the way, which is pretty damn cool, considering you only get 6 every radar. You only get 6 of those, so they're giving you 40. The 10 gems, which you get whatever. The 8.5 survivor, this is really, they're giving you that, but at the same time, to be honest with you, I think it costs that to move her stars up anyway. Like, in order to get her star, like, to up her, I think you have to use the survivor's tokens. If I remember correctly, it's not only her stars, but it's a token. So this kind of gets you there. So it's not, I don't think it was really that much of a boost after that. But yeah, in any case, I 100% think she's worth it. I said already, QB, check your DMs. We have a chat about it. Oh, we do? Okay. All right, Patty. I don't know, Patty. There's so it's like endless. Some of the chats that were. Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. You were asking me a bunch of questions about this. Yes. I remember your teams. Uh-huh. Yeah. Because I gave. Yeah. I broke you down. Gave you some advice. All this. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yes. All right, got you. Already got you. See, I was gonna give you that, but I already gave it to you. So you're awesome. $100 just for 5 more chests per day. Not 5 more chests. Just there are 5 more chests. They're I'm telling you. Actually, we'll see our reset because it's coming up. Oh, right now we got reset. So here we can go look at the adventurers chests. Let's take a look at them. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I just went to 3, 4, 5, 6. I just went up to radar. Man, I'll tell you what, radar, I just went up, by the way, to level like 16 from 15. What bunch of bogus, like, I mean, it was like 7,500 radars or something to get here. I forgot what it was. And it was something like real lousy that increased. I was like, come on, really? You just, I don't know. Oh, the RSS. You get more RSS for it, I think. It gives you more sets, but I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather have another radar test. All right, so right here is what we're going to get. This is what you're going to get. So this is just a random opening. Here's the 30 chests every day that you get. And open them up. And so today I got another Warriors Monument Deco. I got 5 gold shards, 35 minutes, 5 stamina packs of 50. Come on. Who doesn't like freaking stamina? There's 5 of them. You guys want to know where I get all my stamina from? Try getting 35 of these like every week. That awfully helps to add your where I get 1,400. Well, guess what? Here you go. And then 4 of the gold RSS chests. So think about how many you get of those. That's awesome too. So anyway, and 500 ore. So this is just a daily occurrence that you're getting stuff like this. It's freaking awesome, man. It's a great return on investment. Every single day you're playing the game when you think about how long you're actually going to play. So it's just crazy. Yeah, especially considering how much other stuff is, how much money other stuff costs. So, what is it, 20 to 25%? Yeah, to be honest with you, though, here to see, I get it. Like, other people may be fine with that. It's taken me forever. Like, it's 600 days I'm finally getting here. And I've bought Radar, so for free to play in Low Spender, you're going to take a lot longer getting here than I am, because I actually spent money to get here to this level. And, like, I don't have a problem with resources. Like, I'm stacked with freaking resource right now. I have my food I'm sitting on 540 million. I got 7.1 G iron. I got 2.6 G, 3 G gold. I don't need it. And then, by the way, that's just what I have in storage. And then on top of that for resources, I also have 4,700 of the gold chests. So I'm never going to run out of resources. So, again, it may sound like I have too many, like a lot of resources because of, being a dolphin. But at the same point, I'm 600 days in. A lot of my team doesn't struggle with resources right now. They're not necessarily, that's not their concern right now. They don't have a problem with buildings. Maybe oil and stuff, like trying to get enough oil, different things like that maybe. But, the gold zombies, everything else gives them enough resources to upgrade buildings. And we don't have anything like major to have to do. So, maybe gold, like I hear that people are still caught on gold. So maybe, the RSS for the radar gives you 20% more gold. Maybe that helps. From a radar perspective. Another Warriors monument. Add that to the collection. I love that. But yeah, I'm like, I wanted another. I want to carry more than 40 is what I really want. I wish they'd let me carry, like add to that total, like 45. Let me carry 45. Let me carry 50. Like that would be cool. To carry more, but I don't think that's gonna happen. You are at level. Woo, you're at level 16, and you didn't spend any money on the radars. I don't know how you got ahead of me because I go every single day, and I've like spent money in the past on extra radars. So that's crazy that you're ahead of me then, or or you're behind me. That's wild. That's wild. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that what I missed. But good, like level 16. Hey, did you, Wu Child? Did you appreciate the increase in resources? Did it help you? If it helps you, if it helps the free to play player, then even better. You, the hell with me. I mean, what does it matter for me? So, if it helps you, then that's all I care about. Oh, it helped Massive. All right, great. Then it's a perfect reward. Then it's awesome. I'm a fan. No problem. If it's helping you, then great. Because I mean, it's I don't want to hit these yet. Because I don't want to go over my 40. I think I get a bunch of extra radars. I'll do those later. But good. So then it helps you at level 16. So go on. All right, what do we got here for this week? So we have, so this is going to be a busy week for, I think, our calendar here. We have total mobilization, our special training, the custom weekly pass, and energy loot. So mobilization is always the best because we get energy loot. Big fan, always a big fan of that. We are done here. Okay, and weekly pass. Oh, we got to renew our weekly pass at some point here for these three. Okay, I always do these three, by the way, if you're coming in, like the core, the T11 material, the drone components, and my favorite for everybody is the drone parts. Yeah, 420 for $5. Or, well, for the month, so 20 bucks. 20 bucks for 420 in the month. Really, like, great for low spenders. What do we have here? We have advanced training pass, or I always tell you, leave it alone. You don't need that. You low spenders, you can find better ways to spend your money. Of course, these shards are really good before the season. So the energy loot quest is really good this week or this month for mid spenders and high spenders. Because don't forget, this universal shards, you want those universal shards going into your season. Coming up into the season, you want to carry as many universal shards as you possibly can into the season. Either one, you're able to push that universal weapon even further than they give you, which is usually like 13, I think, with your spend, which is probably around $300, $400, somewhere in there for every single universal. It can get very pricey in the season if you're trying to buy all those universals. So carrying those universals in will either let you, if you can carry in around 1,000, that'll get you to level 20. 1,000 shards will get you to level 20. And that'll be way more than they are giving you, which is only to level 13, 14, and save you $300, $400. So per hero. So I would recommend that. But this is a excellent week to double up and get these shards. If you are spending on a month, mobilization is always one of my favorites. Unless you need gear. If you need gear in that first team, stay with your bullseye until you don't. Then go on and move your budget somewhere else. But mobilization is always my favorite, based on the return of investment of spending your money. Instead of some of those cheesy ones that we get, that energy quest. This energy quest just pays for itself when you start getting in all these bonus things like prints. And if you're gonna spend the money anyway in different parts of the month, you're spending it all in one place. It's such a great return on this. This is almost like bonus credit because you also get the RSS from the mobilization, which is great. Yeah, it's really just really great stuff for mobilization week. I like it. All right, so let's get on in, and before I move on, let me talk a little to you about verses. So we've talked about verses in the past about this new phenomenon that's going on. It's not that new, but everybody likes these zombie accounts, right? That I talk about, and it is what it is. When you're in Diamond League, you're gonna face it. It's everybody's doing it. And they have some teams have like 7, 10. I pointed out one team, has 15. I've gone over and over and over this with how many people have in these teams with the examples and blah, blah, blah. So you're getting the Diamond League. If you don't have a zombie account and you're not playing with zombie accounts, then you're really behind the 8 ball as far as winning. You're actually going to put undue pressure on your team that's probably not appreciated for free-to-play or low spenders who are sitting there and having to push like days that they've saved up, universal days to try to push and try to compete on Diamond when the other team is just pushing these zombie accounts. They're not necessarily apples to apples here with your team as far as saved versus competitive, right? So why put that undue pressure on your team? I say, especially I bring it up now going into a season. So if you are going into a season 5, you're coming up on season 5, a couple things. You may want to consider, number one, do you really want to have to push in Diamond League if your team doesn't have the zombie accounts and doesn't have the strategy to use that? Do you really want to compete for a few extra rewards when those days are needed to make troops? Your team needs those days. We're going to be fighting so much in Season 5. They need them to make those troops, okay? And number two, when you're in a season and going into a season, you're already having a fighting, competing. Your team needs to save on stamina, do different things. Gold League will offer you probably some calm down kill events or kill events of stronger servers coming in that can interfere with some of your fighting during Season 5. So if you go into Diamond League, you go against tougher teams, tougher opponents that can come over and interfere with some of that. You want to be careful going into the season. For especially for us for Season 5, our map is 8 teams deep. It's going to be eight teams in one server. So having a versus kill event and you bring another team into that. Is it that those? I wonder. I don't know how they're going to do that. If your versus team has access to just your little square of the server, or does that mean they have access to all 8 servers? I don't know how they're going to do that. So it'll be very interesting to see. We'll have to ask Sting that question about server when we talk to him. Maybe even this week again on server. I certainly am interested in how his second week went. So might ask him about that. But just some things to think about going into the season, as far as any season really. Just some food for thought on stressing out your team for a few extra rewards if you don't have those competitive advantages of the accounts. All right, so just do as you wish. Just some food for thought. We're having a capital battle. We all know. Again, okay. Let me get a drink real quick before we start a rant. Okay, hold on. All right, buckle in. Guys, I don't know what server you're on. I've been in 4 servers now. Played the game for almost 700 days. I don't know about you. And maybe you've been on more exciting servers for this. But I have never, and I tell you this, from day 1 on, I have never fought a capital battle for real. Not one time. Not once. It has always been organized on the server that I've been on in one way or another to save troops, to save whatever, who's going to get the president, who's going to be the president on the server. It's always been worked out. And I can assure you, I really have to believe that if you have a server that has truly like scrapped out and fought and like tried to win and like be in a divided civil war server, it can't be a common occurrence. It can't be. Like, it's just weird. typically there's people that may feel like they're competing for the Capital War, but typically there's teams that are strong on servers and it's already known, and these little teams that are like, I'm gonna fight this, them having the capital, you just bounce off and you're just getting your rewards, but they don't really realize you're even fighting. Like you just kind of bounce off everybody that they own the capital. So I just don't understand it. At this level, being 600 days, I really want to know if you're in a server that's over like 500 days old. Do you have a scrap for your server? I really want to know the older servers. Because, man, would I love to watch it. I'd love to watch it. Send me a link so I can watch it on Friday. Your server scrap for this thing. Because I can't. It's never made sense to me. It's never made sense to me because typically it's on a Friday. In the early days, it's before a Warzone duel. So you basically on a Friday, what you do is, if you really took it serious and you had a fight in your server for it, okay, let's talk that through. So in around noon, around 12 after reset, 12 hours after reset, you're fighting for the capital. That goes for what, like 4 hours or 5 hours or something like that, whatever it goes for. And so you have to sit there and fight for 5 hours straight. So now you're completely emptying your tank of all your, because you're fighting each other in Civil War trying to get this capital. For what? I don't know. But you're trying to sit here and fight. Maybe for the buffs because someone's trying to withhold them from you. Whatever that, listen, that is certainly a reason to fight. I'll tell you that. But then you have a server war. So how the hell can you fight a server war when you just beat the crap out of each other for 5 hours? You don't have a server war. You're just going to lose. You just submit. And what would you rather win? Your server war or the capital war? Like, you really got to pull your stuff together. Like, because your priorities are messed up as far as like the actual rewards go. You're in big trouble. You're in big trouble. So that's why when I was in the servers, it was always like just a smart tactic, whether you liked it or not, whether you agreed with them or not. You just agree on a common person. You set up a set hours of somebody to take it because you're going to have to fight a server war in 12 hours. So you just weren't given the option to even fight it out because the game was like, hey, guess what? You got a war coming up. So, I don't know. That's always been my experience of it. It's kind of weird that we're doing it again. I guess, there's, if you're in a server at this stage where you haven't migrated from, and that's the thing with migration, it's a big deal for migration now is my point, because the team that wins the capital, the presidency, gets to control migration, right? So if they don't have another server, if this is it, usually like this is the capital war right here, unless they have one mid-season and they do this again to change who the president is, right now you're going to get to decide everything on the server for the season, right? What faction are you in? Who gets to transfer in? Who's going to get the approvals? All that good stuff. So yeah, like you want to know, I guess, at this stage where it is. But at the same point, if you're that unhappy and you can't come to an agreement on who it is at this level, you've had plenty of options to migrate out too. Season 2, Season 3, Season 4. Coming up with Season 5, you would have already left your server, or you've made a bad choice on the server you moved to at this point. I just can't imagine that, there's not some agreement and you're getting along to have this. Now, that's where I leave it. That's my rant as far as what it's for, because it's pointless for us and probably, I gotta believe, the majority of older servers. But the rewards are phenomenal. So by all means, keep giving it to us. Don't stop, because listen, these rewards are always great. The honor points, come on. The honor points, you're getting a free 10K. Plus, so here, everybody, you're getting the 10K here for your honor points for this. Plus, you're getting you're going to get the honor points for Winter Storm tonight. That's 20K. Plus, you're going to get Winter Storm again on Friday, and then you're going to get Winter Storm again on Monday. So within the week, you're looking at 40K just on the winter storm and this alone, not to count all the other ones. So for honor point purposes, great stuff. I don't know. It's not whatever. So that's rant over for that. Okay, so what do you got, Wucha? So, okay. Mr. Wilson, your server don't arrange it. We have only one. You don't arrange it. So you're actually going to have an all-out battle, Mr. Wilson. Please send me the link so I can watch on Friday. I would love to watch. I would love to watch an all-out capital battle. I got to see this. I got to see your teams. I got to believe that there's some team that is going to completely win that battle really quick, and nobody knows that that's about to happen. Like you're saying, you've only won twice, so that's impressive. Then, if this hasn't been decided or arranged yet, please send me the link. It sounds awesome to me to watch. So I would love to watch an actual in-server capital battle that hasn't been arranged. Early days in '98, we fought for capital. In '93, haven't fought for it either. Just scheduled times right. And Woo Child, it's got to be since what? Season 2, Season 3. I'm impressed in '98 in server '98 that you guys fought for it. I'm working afternoons Friday, so can't. You don't have. You just send me the link to your server there, Mr. Wilson. Just send me the link to your base. Once I have your base, I can watch it. I can just go in and take a peek at what's going on Friday. By all means. I mean, also, what I could do. Your server is if your server actually. Your server's what? 1491. Hey, Mr. Wilson, what's the name of your team? What's the 3 letters of your team? Or 4 letters, or whatever your alliance name. Let me know that. K1SS 1491. Okay. So, perfect time to talk about our partnership. So on our WWC Discord page that you can find on our home YouTube page, if you come here on the left-hand side, coordinates to any server, we are partnering with the coordinates list folks. These are people that can find you any link to any server at any time. So if you need to find somebody, like right now, we're going to find 1491. You go into the server, you join here. On the left-hand side, you'll see coordinates trading, right? And I'll go... server 1491 team K1SS. And there you go. And then we wait. And then they send it on over to you. They do it like they're just doing it out of the kindness of their heart. I wanted to bring this up too because right now they are actually looking for volunteers to help them out. They all do it. They try to maintain it. They try to maintain a list of VIP 18 bases as well. It's kind of fun. Like if you're in Last War, you want to dig deep. You want to learn like how they're doing this and what they're doing. By all means, please not only join, but Princess Wolfie runs the site. Please reach out to her, Princess Wolfie, and let her know you're interested in helping. Lend support, volunteering some time, and I'm sure they will get to know you and actually allow you to help. So please tell them that you came from you heard from QB on the live and sent you over there and talked to Princess Wolfie and help out if you can. If you can lend some time, be much appreciated. Because they're great people and they try to do it, but it's a lot of time and effort, and they need a little bit of time maintaining one of the spreadsheets. I forgot which one it is. They would know more, but reach out and talk about that. Anyway, great people. Go on, check it out. If you need any Discord, if you need to know your Desert Storm opponents, you need the links of who they are, you want to look ahead of time. I'm sure there's a lot of people. You may know somebody that already does this for you, or somebody in your team does it for you. That's awesome. Good for you. Whatever. But for those of you that don't know, that don't have a hookup, this is your hookup. So go on in, talk to those people, and you can get anything you need from Princess Wolfie and her team. All right? Great people. Great people. We appreciate them very much. All right. Wolfie says... Woolchild says, I use the coordinates finder in Discord. They work so well. Thank you, Woolchild. Someone was trash talking us in 79. Found the alliance straight away. Well, great job. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Woolchild. Great. Thank you for supporting them. Appreciate it. Anybody can. There again, great people. Great people. Join on over. So, fight your capital war. And I can't wait to get this link, Mr. Wilson. I want to see what this war is like because I haven't seen it. But great numbers just the same. And obviously, it's a big deal right now who it is. I hope you get along with them because, again, they're controlling who's coming into your server. They're making the decisions on the migration. So kind of a lot of responsibility, not to mention what faction you get in for some of these seasons is even more responsible. So let's see. What do we got? Season preview. What are we doing today, folks? Here we go. Again, these things. Great Gold Rush, Whole Strike Gold, and become the Ultimate Tycoon. Join the new season, WoWS, and carve your legend. All right. So, here we go. What do we got new going on here? Anything? No. This is all the old stuff we got. Alliance Save Time. We already talked about this last time. Oh, gold prospecting looks to be now open. Gold prospecting. What do we got going on here? This is the game. Got it. Attempts left today, 3. This is Tetris. I'm thinking Tetris. I will see how I do. I love Tetris. So I'm very excited to do this. I will need to do this though later on. I'm not going to do this now. What do you get a shovel? Oh, is this just like one of those? Yeah, okay. These little trophy things that they like to give. Yay! I get so excited with those. The Warzone result is the sum of the top one. Yeah, they changed this. So I noticed when they first did this in server streets or whatever, the original rules said the top 50 of every server, and they changed this now to the top 100 commander scores, which, allows more people to get more involved. So basically, for those of you that don't know what they're doing, you play this game like Tetris and you get these diamonds, and they take the top 100 people in your server, they add your score together, and then they're going to take the top 100, and then they put it against every single server, and the ones with the top score gets to choose their place on the map in Season 5 for your location. So some of the locations have different ways to go towards the map. Like you can go diagonally, go straight up and down. They look a little bigger. Some of the areas look a little bigger depending on how your server is, what way you're going, and how you're going to come in. Sting told us for the smaller teams, it's better to go diagonal. As far as the bigger teams, it's better to come all like straight down. So, yeah, that's what it looks like for us. So area selection is in 23 hours. But okay, so the gold prospecting is 4 days, but the area selection is 23 hours. Do you just get 3 chances? Is that all you get? After the event begins, you will receive 3 accounts per day. Commander standard stages of mine. Okay. So if you get them per day, then why would the area selection open in 24 hours? 8 exclusive, each spawn area, present of each war zone, 12 equivalent, higher ranking. Results calculation, the total steps of top 100. If a war zone has fewer than 100, it does not count toward the results. Ties are resolved as follows. Commanders with equal steps. Shorter total time ranks higher if war zone total steps are tied. Okay. whatever. I know. I'm curious why you're able to. Why this is 4 days and this is 1 day. But I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. But the season is in 7 days, so we're definitely going to want to talk to Sting one more time to get a preview of the season. So, got that. All right. Talked about our servers road. Talked about Desert Storm. Let's see. Never running on. Okay. Let me catch up on your questions if you had any or comments. I'm free to play on level 16. Gotta buy gold bricks. I'll be. Just gotta buy gold bricks. Okay. Good problem to have, my man. Good problem to have. Has the Fiona weapon been tested? Chicken Charlie, welcome in as always. Has the Fiona weapon been tested? I have not heard. I heard we could check in with Sting. I'll check in with him to see if he has any. He was supposed to actually send me a report. I never got a report from him. So I'll check in with Sting. I'll check in with Sting tonight and see if there's any Fiona weapon battle reports so we can take a look. I have not seen it. But I'll be honest, like I don't know really necessarily on those reports. We're going to have to see like what it's really going to determine at this point. I mean, they haven't really fought probably yet. So other than maybe like on zombies, I don't know there'd be any peer-to-peer unless they have 3v3, maybe Storm Arena fights, which wouldn't necessarily see, but we'll see. We'll see what they got. We'll see if we can pull something together. I'm working afternoons for okay, we got that. Someone will try 29. 10 stamina come from digs. Additional dig. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I said that here to see. Like I know digs we get them. Kill rewards from the coin zombies. Oh, the additional ones from yeah, like in the loot boxes. Yes, good call. Good call. Because I think the ones that are in the zombie store are 50, aren't they? I'm pretty sure those are 50s. I just chill ambulance. Advance. I had R4 do the work. All right. Well, listen, Mr. Wilson. Our R4 work is not for everybody. Believe me. Sometimes it's actually a lot of work. So I get you. Desert Brawl rewards are good in the War Center building. Yeah, so all these are good. Like, there's a ton of ways to get honor points. I've been hearing people, like, struggle. Oh. What do we get? We got this. 2 here. 3 of these. 4.5 here. Okay, what else do we get? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. 50,000? Holy shnikes. Wow, this is great. And then I got another 3.5 thousand. Okay. What else I got another 3,000. Damn, look at all this. Wow, hold on, I got more. Another 2,000 in this one. Another 12,000 here. 1,500 here. 1,000 there. Oh yeah, this is fantastic. Is it over now? Is that the end? Must be the end while we end up. We got third here, I guess. EV and SAP, and then FSX in group 2. That's okay. All right, so guys, look at this. So for my honor points now, I have another 84K. So that's another already 80. I'm down to needing. I only have 6 more prints to go to clean out the store, and I have 20 days left to get them. And I get 10,000 for Winter Storm, right? Coming. So that would be another one. So that means I'm only going to have 5, which is basically going to be handled. Probably the majority of it would be in the Warzone rewards and all that. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm never having any problems with getting all these honor points. You know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm telling you, I never have an issue. And it's I'm not seeing, most people on our team are all getting all the honor points. They're getting them all. All the players, free-to-play players, low spenders. Like, it's not like I'm a Dolphin, so I'm getting all these honor points. Like, I'm getting it within 20 days left. I have 20 days to essentially, pretty soon, it's just going to be half the month to collect, and then I'll be ready for the next one. Oh, yeah, big time, guys. That's one thing I need to tell you, because I saw some YouTube video was talking about, like, the fact when they put the skill chip chest in here, please, I beg you, please, only buy your blueprints here. Please, don't touch anything else in here. Nothing. Skill chips, bond bag, leave it alone. Just get your prints. Get your prints, fill out your teams. Just leave everything else alone. I beg you that. And save. If you get all the prints, and just save. I do this every time, guys. Here I am. I'm building my third team right now. Okay, I can tell you that I always just save my prints. I have not ever bought another item in this honor store. A matter of fact, I see people walking around with this emoji, this thing. Oh my God, guys! Every time I see somebody do that in chat, my heart breaks. It literally breaks. I'm like, guys, that's 100,000 honor points. Are you kidding me? That's 100 blueprints. 100. I mean, I could see a tear roll down a free-to-play player's cheek when they put this in chat. I'm like, oh God, you've got to be kidding me. Talk about short-sighted. I mean, God, guys, and this too, just leave it alone. I mean, leave them alone. Get your blueprints. For the love of God. So yes, that's right, Wu Chao. Gear. I cannot get that across more. And here, I'll give you a matchup. Oh no, I don't have. I think I lost it again. I think it was old. I was saving it, and I think I lost it. I had another matchup that was like just gear, like losing everything else, and then the gear, and yeah, it's yeah. I mean, you guys know, you do the gear, and by the way, I'm making another video. Like, the one thing is, we made the gear video, caused some commotion. I really want to clarify some stuff, and I want to do some stuff in here too for the gear. So I have a part 2 just to clarify some stuff of what we're doing with the gear and what I'm talking about, because I talked about like 1 dot for the gear and what I do here. So when I'm starting the gear, like especially for free to play, you don't have enough blueprints, right? So you have like 15, maybe you're getting 15 blueprints. And I talk about, using, like, instead of trying to push one player to 2 dots, you can actually get one of these players to you can do like a Kim gun, and then 2 radars, right? And so people ask me about gear too. I want to get into this a little bit. So let's talk about gear. Okay, if you're in the early servers right now, so let's talk gear. Radar is huge, right? So people want to know, like, why am I going for radar instead of shield? I'm going shield. Like, why would I do that? Shield is defensive too. Listen, shield is good to have, right? Because shield is still like I showed in the thing. It wasn't that I was even on the video that I was pointing out only shield. By the way, it was just a complete example of what it does from 1 point to 1.4. And I will make a video showing 0.4 to 1.4, just to be fair, because it was level 40 to 1.4. No problem. I have no problem with that. With that call up, I totally agree. It's okay. It was more just I really wasn't trying to deceive or whatever. I was just trying to point out that there's too many good advantages to take from 1.4 to not take it, to just sit, because so many people, and if you have tons of prints, then you don't have this problem. I'm not even talking to you, and I'll talk about that in a part 2. You can skip the video. You don't even need it. You can skip it because you have so many blueprints. When I talk to people on a daily basis in the lives, what we talk to people that have 1.7 million ore saved because they can't get prints. They struggle to get prints. People are struggling to get prints. People aren't using all their honor points because they struggle to get prints. So all these folks that get so many prints they don't know what to do with, I'm not talking to you. That's me. I have so many prints I don't know what to do. I can't get enough ore. I can't get enough ore to use all my prints. I have like 150 prints. So I am talking to the people that don't have prints. If you don't have prints then this works. But I will tell you this to start off of, it's still select on your gear. You should be building specifically as you move forward with your character, especially early on in servers or you're doing new teams, maybe even mid servers, right? Why does everybody for the most part say radar? Do your radars first. Well, because if you just look at the characters who you're fighting against for the most part, they're energy damage. Early on, you're worried about Kim, you're worried about Diva, you're worried about Tesla. Those are like the main characters that you're really worried about. All energy. They're all energy. So they like to say, get the damage resistance, get energy. It makes sense. It makes 100% perfect sense. So I totally agree with it. I say go with it. However, I will also tell you this. As you get in the mid-seasons and you get towards the end of season, this is why this game is so much fun. Because that strategy needs to go a step further. Shield becomes just as important, guys. Like, when missile starts to become real, guess what? The whole missile team, basically, is physical damage. Adam is physical damage. Adam's physical. McGregor's physical. Swift is physical. Physical damage. And Fiona is a damage dealer. Physical damage. So the whole team, except for Tesla, is physical damage. So if you don't think that shield becomes important as soon as missile becomes relevant, it damn well should. It should become relevant, especially if you're rolling around with tanks. If you're trying to counter missile and you got a tank, then man, why wouldn't that be relevant? Like, use your shield. 100% shield is relevant. Not to mention, by the way, like I was telling you on the side note, it's relevant anyway because of the other statistics that you're getting with your hit point additions. If people don't think that hit points, 178,000, you're going 63,000 bonus for hit points isn't a lot, listen, then you know what? On the deco level 4 deco, other than crit damage, there is, let me find one. I was just talking to this with King last night too. King was telling me, like, VIP 18, and one of the things he was telling me, one of his favorite things is hit points. He goes after hit points. And you know why hit points is so important for people that are pushing deco later on, VIP 16, 17, 18s? They're pushing it because you're in battle, it's used as the attacker and the defender. And like, it's a big thing. Same thing that comes from the gorilla. That when it push all your teams, loves the hit points. So VIP 18s even are spotlighting hit points. But if you look at it, so when you look at what it does, it's a level 4. Like, yeah, boost skill damage 2.25%, but the hero and overlord hit points is worth a level 4 deco. Just this. And that's you get on one dot. You get that on one dot with a shield to just your hero. You get that 66,000 hit points to your hero. And here, you're going to get it from shield. 63,000 hero hit points. So, and this might be per example, because probably per hero is the, I don't know, is this, let me see, where does it say that? Let me see the breakdown. I just lost it again. Let me see if this is supposed to be per hero breakdown, because it might be per hero. Hero, hold on. Here's 100,000. Man, look at this. Look at this. The Jack-o'-lantern's 100,000. That's crazy. It doesn't say what it is. I bet you it's per hero. I'm going to ask King, but I think that's per hero. I don't know if it tells you. It says hero and overlord. I bet you that's per hero, and your overlord gets it, and your heroes get it. I bet you. Yeah, I'm betting that's what that is. I would bet anybody. But I'll ask him tonight. Now I gotta ask Sting, and I gotta ask King. I'm gonna ask 2 things. But I bet you it's per hero. But what I do is radar, and radar goes up. Now I'm level 2 right now. I'm actually gonna push these to 3 coming up because prints are not my problem. I have plenty of prints. But I build my defense for Williams and my radar, my shield. I'm building. I will not touch a defender's gun or chip. These will literally be the last thing. These will remain no prints until I've completed everything else to 4 stars. I don't touch these. I don't touch my defender's guns or the chips. I complete everything to 4 stars and start filling in the reds and everything else, and then I'll come back and do the chip and the gun for my last hurrah for my thing. Now, I don't just do this, by the way. One of the first things I like to upgrade anyway is my main damage dealer's gun. I upgrade my main damage dealer gun. I will upgrade Kim, Diva, and I've done Tesla or Swift, depending on who you're looking at, for their chip as well to boost them offensively. I'll also do it with the other damage dealer, part of the team. Both guns get boosted when you're doing your right off the bat. I need to up their offense. I want their offense upped. So it's actually the first thing I did was do my guns. I do the like for this tank. Tank's kind of a poor example because Tank has a buff with Marshall. I won't really touch Marshall for anything. I don't really touch Marshall's prints. I leave him blank while I'm working on everybody else. So I'll work on Kim. I work on him. The other thing, I also take Marshall out because you guys have seen me. I use Marshall in my missile a lot. So with Fiona coming in, I might actually up the gun just because it might go on. It might go on Fiona. I don't know what I'm going to do there. But for the most part, I'm not worried about a buff. If anything, I'm not worried about a buff. The buff doing anything other than the shield and the radar because I want to keep the buff alive. So if anything, it's going to be secondary to come into play, and it would be a shield and a radar because I want to keep him alive. Because his whole point is he's going to make Kim, all of a sudden you're going to look at Kim and go, holy crap, I got 40 million now. Kim's got 40 million. Yeah, because Marshall stayed alive. So, that's why I build the wall. So once I have my guns and I get my offense going, then I'm building my wall, right? And that's your radars. Early on, people, that's your radars, right? And so when I say 1.4, and I say, like, if you don't have prints and you're just getting it, it's really like the radar, the gun. And then you're going to come back, and if you get another 15, then you're going to push. It's not like you're not going to push it to 2. That's not the point. The 2 is better than 1. And then we talk about I never do 1 and 3. It never makes logical sense to me. I don't know how you don't possibly do 1 and 3. Because you have to get the 1 in order to get the 2. You have to get the 3 in order to get the 4. So you're obviously doing them. It's just a matter of telling people how you're doing them. And so if you don't get a lot of prints, it's very difficult to just say, okay, the only time you can actually upgrade to level 4 is if you have 35 prints. Because that's the only way you're going to go level dot 3 and a dot 4 is with 35 prints. So it's just very difficult to do when you're like free to play. If you don't have a lot of prints, that's the strategy that I'm going to use because I have a ton of prints, is totally different for somebody who's a low spender or free to play who doesn't have a lot of prints. It's just difficult. So if you have a lot, then you're good. Then sure, why wouldn't you? You're going to go to 2, you're going to push them. I would push these, and that's the point, is I would push these to 4 dots before I'm moving on. So I push these, like right now I'm going to make my guns are going to go to 4 dots. I'm going to take Kim. I'm going to push her chip to 4 dots. I'm going to make my defense. My defense is going to be solidified 4 dots. Once I build my wall, I have my guns, and I have, I have Kim getting strong. Then I'm going to make Kim. Then I'm just going to pimp Kim right out. She's going to be full red. I'm taking care of Kim, and I'm just diving her in. Now, this is the old strategy prior to Stetman getting his exclusive weapon. Stetman getting his exclusive weapon may totally change this whole conversation. Stetman may be stronger than Kim. You may flip this gear around. For all we know, you don't know. You don't know how strong Stetman's going to become with that exclusive weapon for tank people. So it could be a totally different strategy. Early on, though, your strategy as you build, especially if you're just doing tank, it just makes sense to take Kim or whoever you want to talk about, Diva. When I did my air, I made sure and that we sandboxed all this and looked at it. When Diva was all red, it was better numbers with a defense with Diva all red than spreading out that gear into the other defense of the damage dealers. We did all the tests. We ran it with the prints on Skylar. We ran it with the Prince on Morrison. We ran it with the Prince on Sarah, with Diva with a gun and a chip. And then we put it on the defense, and we looked. The best ones that came out was when we had the reds on the defense, and we had Diva with red gun, and the other damage dealer red gun, and then giving Diva the defense. So like crazy, especially if you're using front hero. So this is the last point that I'll make on the gear front. So if you commit to doing your defense of your radar and shield of both defenders, what it's going to give you is the option to use a front damage dealer. So in order to use the front damage dealer, they have to have a shield and they have to have the shield and radar to throw them up front. Otherwise, they just get destroyed and wiped out. They got to be protected. They have to be able to protect in order to stay alive and stay up front. So what it allows you to do is be flexible with where you move that radar and shield. So if you want to go all red and you want to put Kim or somebody up front, you have that option now because you're able to do enough. So you can have one defender there, and now you can move the shield and radar here and then do the defender, move your other one, whether it be Murphy, whatever, to the middle, whoever else you want, Lucius to back middle, you move Diva to the front, or Sammy's victim, who we moved Swift up. You only move Swift up if you have that protected. So it's important to do that. Then secondary, I will say, once you're able to complete this, you're not going to touch. I'm right now. Again, this is very difficult because Stetman's exclusive weapon is what it is. So I'm going to talk general, not knowing what Stetman. But I'm not touching anybody else's chip for this. Like Stetman's chip's not getting time. I'm not touching any chips. I'm going to go straight armor and radar. I'm going to complete defense, radar, shield. I'm going radar, shield. I'm going radar, shield. Completing those. Those are getting maxed out. And then I'll come back, and then I'll do the chips. I'll do the chips, and Marshall will get his gun. Marshall, Stetman, and Marshall get their chips. And then I'll go back, and then I'll finally do my defensive chips, and then my defensive guns. And that's how I'm upgrading the gear. And you'll see it as I go forward, and I run this, and I'm sandboxing with all kinds of gear to try the different gear, 1.2.3.4. Across the board. So, but I just feel like you're better off than, for those that don't have the prints, it's okay to do a few of these as you move to like 3 dots to like Kim's gun, Stetman's gun. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. Like I run it all the time. I'm facing in Winter Storm. Incredibly strong. When you'll do your testing yourself. When you're able to lift the gun from 2 dots to 3 dots and you max out and you go 3.4, you'll see the difference in the gun. 100% going to see the difference in the gun at that level. So, it's just strong to do it. And then you're going to obviously go to 4. It's just a matter of like, you don't want to sit here and where the struggle goes with the poor 1 dot strategy. The poor 1 dot strategy is if you're sitting here doing 1 dot across your entire team. That's poor strategy. If you just do 1 dot like shield, radar, 1 dot, 1 dot, 1 dot, 1 dot, and you go 1 dot, 1 dot, 1 dot, 1, that's poor. That's just a poor strategy. It's a poor use of your gear. To do it across the board like that is poor. You don't want to enter into that. You want to have some kind of strategic lineup for your gear as you move forward, and max it out. Max it out in those. You can max it out in multiple spots though. You don't have to just sit here and only have like Kim have a gun and nobody else have any prints. I don't agree with. But yeah. So anyway, I wanted to straighten that out. I had that on my list to just talk about. I'll make a video on too, like just to straighten that out, talk about it. And God bless you, Mr. Wilson. If you're holding 26 prints, my guess is you're holding 26 prints. You don't have any ore, so you're not using it via ore. So you're running out of ore, and that's the point. Somebody's either out of prints, out of ore, or out of gold because they're doing their tech. So like instead of not having any of this upgraded, use what you can. It's cheaper. It's cheaper if you're gonna spread it out to do the 5 prints, the 5 prints, the 5 prints, 5. Then use your ore if you have it. If you're out of ore, then or you can't use your gold, it's only going to get more expensive as you go forward. I can promise you. You're going to get 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots. It's going to get friggin' expensive. It gets and for those that have upgraded, you know this already. It gets crazy expensive to try to do all your gear. Especially early on for folks that are trying to do it. But hey, good news, the level 16 resources, Wu Child says, fantastic. So, I applaud that. I still don't know how you got ahead of me, Wu Child. I'm very interested in this, how you got ahead of me on that. All right. Chicken Charlie, those rewards were from Desert Brawl, sir. Desert Brawl. That we have. You will eventually get Desert Brawl. Happens in Season 4. It's fantastic. It's entered in. All these teams are entered. Oh, whoa. Enter Brawl. Here you go. You have all these teams that are entered in. All these teams from all these servers are entered into Desert Brawl. They hook you up into teams of like 4 different in the matchmaking, and you basically fight Desert Storm with 4 teams on the battlefield at once. Rewards are phenomenal. You have the choice to enter into this, by the way. You have to enter into Desert Brawl. It doesn't automatically put you. It'll let you do Desert Storm if you want to. I highly suggest, after you just saw all the rewards, do Desert Brawl. Please, make sure. When it comes to your server, make sure you're doing it. It's phenomenal. Even if you get mauled, you're going to get great rewards just for participating. So, yeah. Okay, 100k 100 points is 10 blueprints, so like $50. 100k is 10. You're right. Yeah, here to see 100. Yeah, yep. Yes, sir. I'm doing shield 2 because 2 out of 3 type squad was major in energy damage except missile squad. Right. And that's the thing. Rules change, by the way, as you move. Like I told you, now with Season 5 coming up, or even before this, Season 4, really, like when you look at it, everybody's going to start using your missile squad. You're probably seeing this in Season 3? You probably start seeing everybody use missile squad. Listen, physical damage is going to come into play. Like, once people start switching over to that missile squad, it doesn't matter how strong they are, who's doing it, whatever. It's going to come into play. So I highly suggest you take that serious in upgrading shields and not just only do radar. But early on, when you're first starting, Season 1, Preseason, even probably the Preseason 2, to be honest with you, you're dealing with mostly air tank teams. Yeah, you're seeing a boatload of energy damage. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how much energy you see. Air is, who's air? Only one physical damage dealer is what, Morrison? Other than that, Skylar, Diva, yeah, that's all energy. So, it is what it is. My T1 is tank only, 21.1. That's okay, Mr. Wilson. 21.1 is good in my book. Don't forget to upgrade your gear. All right, let that be a service message. Don't forget to upgrade your gear. It is the most important around here. We always say that, so please do that. Did you finish upgrade the drone? Welcome in, Steve, first of all. And what is your question about upgrading the drone? What do you mean, did I finish upgrading the drone? I will tell you this. I had a conversation. I keep going back and forth with this drone conversation. And I am back off the component train. So I talked with King last night again. One of the things we talked about was components, because I really like. So for those of you that have been part of the community and part of these, I get really tired of these friggin' components because I buy the level 5 boxes and I get in here, and anytime you get a choice box of any kind, you're always going to choose drone level 5 component, always, by the way. But I get so tired of these boxes because it's always given the left side. Like, look at this. I bought these level 5 boxes, and when they can choose what they give you, they always give you the left side. They always 23% I'm on this friggin' thing on my way to level 11. And they've only given me 69, dude, on the missile, 72% and 56%. I mean, come on. Like, enough already. And then you got 26, 16, and 23 on my way to level 11. Like, it's such a ripoff. Such a ripoff on these component boxes. I try to forget about, and so people talk about the bounty hunter, okay? So I'll tell you what the spenders are doing. When you get into bounty hunter, you have select 5 drone parts, select 5 components. And so everybody's doing it. So you may see like people's missile is going up here. Like maybe their level 10 will be 7%, but they got the missile to level 10. What they're doing is they're buying they're buying the select drone components in the bounty hunter, and they're dumping it into one of these to make this go quicker. The problem? It's an upcharge. They're charging like, whatever it is, 20% upcharge or 33% upcharge to get the select 5 drone components out of the bounty hunter. And I'm not going to pay an upcharge on, as it is, these level 5 components are expensive. I'm not going to pay the upcharge to get the select ones just to try to push these. So then you start thinking, okay, so what's the value, right? That the bottom line is, what's the power you're getting from these? And what I found out is King gave me an advisory warning that he pushed one of his to level 11 and he got a very small bump from it. It was very small. I forgot what he said, like 70,000 or something. He was expecting like an enormous bump from a level 11 drone component. He was like, it's not. So his advisement to me was like, don't worry about it. So I'm backing off trying to get these drone components, because what happens when you get into the higher level, you start looking, you may be dealing with these level 9s, the same thing, that you're getting pushed. You see other people. And so I think we look around and we see the battle report, right? And so I'll take one in here. And let's look at one of the battle reports. So I could see somebody. I'm sure I faced somebody that was strong. Who's strong? Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'll do this better in 3v3 because everybody's strong up in here. Let me take. Let me find what's his name. Gore's here. Gore's core, who's stronger? Right here. So Gore's core is stronger than me. So I bet you he has. Let's see if he has level 10 drum components. Yeah, see? He got the missile. Look at this. He's around where I am for level 10, but see how his missile is 3%? The only way he was able to see how these are not? The game didn't decide to all of a sudden give him 400 missile boxes and he got lucky. He bought the bounty hunter select 5 drone components and he dumped it into his missile to push this to level 10. And so like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play this game where I'm going to spend an upcharge when I'll tell you the ops. So I'm trying to figure out where is the most value for the money when I'm upgrading the team where I'm getting the most power. So I continue to play this game of like, where is it most valued? And if you notice, for myself, I fight people all the time and beat people all the time that have spent more money than me in the game. They're level. I get tons of people that are already VIP 17s. I'm still a VIP 16, and I'm incredibly strong hanging in here with all of these folks that have already surpassed me as far as VIP points because they're spending more money. But it's not the smart spend. I'm not just looking to spend the money. I want to spend it smartly as far as what I'm investing in for pushing it. So when I get to these levels, I start saying to myself, all right, where am I going to get the best bang for my buck? I'll tell you where I'm not, and that's these drone components. It's not where the best bang for my buck is. Because you're going to sit there and push all these things up, and like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm not going to dump it in there. You're not going to get the return on investment from pushing this. And like King just said, people that are pushing and spending to get these to a level 11, not going to happen. And so the point is, when people look at other people's battle reports that are stronger than them, and you do this no matter where level you are, right? And I want you to think about this hard, okay? When you look at somebody else's battle report, whether you're 29 million March or 21 million like Mr. Wilson over here, and you look at somebody that's stronger than you, and you see what they're working on, don't assume that that's what you should be working on just because they're stronger than you. That may not be where they're getting their power, or it may not be where you should be investing your time to get your power. Just because somebody who's more powerful than you did it doesn't mean you should do it. Monkey see, monkey do. Don't do it. Question it. Question it first. Where are you doing it? So one of the big things that people see is they see something like this right here. Gore's doing this. So they instantly say, oh, I'm supposed to do that. He's doing it because he got it to 3. Oh, he must be doing it in the bounty hunter. That's where I'm going to dump my money. I'm going to dump my money into that. No. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the best spot just because somebody's doing it. So there's other places to get your return of investment. And I've talked about this. The best return of investment right now you could do is keep doing, especially earlier in the game, make sure you're completing your gear. Go after your gear. Number one thing in a battle is going to be this gear. Go do it. And one of the first things you can see that's not the return of investment are the exclusive weapons. No. This isn't where you want it. This is a terrible return of investment right here. Horrific. Don't do this. So the skills, obviously, everybody's going to do those. Those aren't really, you shouldn't be spending on this. Somebody brought this up, by the way, that they were like, hey, I want to buy my skills because it's taking forever to go there. Have patience, please, on skills. Go do your arms race. You'll get plenty of skill points over time to push your skills. For the most part, you're only going to use 2 teams in this game. Majority of people, right? Like, you're only using 2 teams. Let's be honest. You're not getting to your third team. And if you're sending your third team out to fight, please stop. Today, and I'll tell you this week in Kill Event, for those of you that watched, I pointed this out. Server 98, hey, who was it on here? Was it Woo Child's old server? Server 98, somebody needs to talk to them. Because everybody I was hitting had 3 on their wall. I was getting like 7,000, 8,000 a kill. I was jumping from person to person. It was like a freaking joke. I'm like, why would you put 3 on your wall? There is no reason to click that button. And please, people, if you're listening to this right now, and I'm talking about you, go to your wall and uncheck the third box. If you have a third team on your wall, uncheck it immediately. Do not leave your third team checked. Your third team is not strong enough. I know your third team is not strong enough to have checked. It's not. It's not. You know how I know? Because mine barely is. I'm a Dolphin and I'm barely checking that thing. And even then, sometimes when I'm in battles like Meteorite and stuff like that, depends who come. Like this week, I had somebody attacking me from server 74, the number 1 strength in 74. Yeah, guess what? I unchecked that thing. I was like, go ahead, you can port me because it ain't worth it. It ain't worth for you. You're not going to take 7,000 of my troops because I know you can get through. And he couldn't get through my second, but it's still the point. If he could, I wasn't going to let him have those troops. It's not worth it. So for the most part, please do not check that third box, okay? Everybody, and if you run into somebody in 98 or you're in 98 and you listen to this, go post on your world chat. Take the third team off your wall. I see this a lot with lower alliances, and I think they just get poor advice in the game and they don't realize what they're doing. Or somebody told them and they don't realize. They think they're protecting. They think they're doing a good thing, but free to play and low spender, your third teams will not be strong enough to be putting on your wall for the most part. And don't fight with them. Like, I get it in Winter Storm, people throwing them at me all the time. Don't do that either. But your skill points, as long as you're doing your arms race, as long as you're doing what am I thinking? Your arms race here. As long as you're getting your skill points from here, you're getting 250. 1,200, you're getting 1,500, and then you're getting 2,000. You're getting like 2,000 skill medals every time you're completing this. You're getting plenty throughout the week from here. And then your mobile tasks, you should be getting skill points. Please don't purchase. Smart purchases, people. Stay away from ore. Stay away from skill points. You're okay. You'll be okay in that department. People are going to be ahead of you. Spenders are always going to be ahead of you. That shouldn't drive how you're spending your money. So don't go there. Don't go there. So anyway, just to look at Gore's, this is a perfect example of like components. Just don't go after things just because other people are doing it. Think yourself, ask somebody else, get opinions, ask around, do whatever you want. Jump into our Discord. That's why we have the WWC community. You don't have to just ask me. You can ask an entire group of people what they would do. You're going to get like 7 people's opinions on what they would do and bounce it off of different people. That's fine. I don't care. I think that's awesome. I wish I had that when I first started the game. It's a great option. But just don't look at somebody else's report and base it off of that. All right? So that's what I'll say. So components for me are not worth it. So when you look at like, okay, what is worth it as you start competing and getting things up? You already know, I've said like this drone level, we're starting to plan out what is the level of 221, 222. We'll start doing this on the map, mapping it out in an Excel sheet, so everybody can see what the levels are. This does not concern me. When I run into somebody that's level 250, level 247, this is not going to win them the battle over me. I'm not concerned about this. Chips are an excellent place to put your money and get your chips up. Excellent return. 100% great return investment. And if you want to see for yourself how important chips are, just take your chip off. Go. You don't listen to me. Do it yourself. Go battle somebody. And all you need to do is go right into the drone and take a chip off. Go into the skill chips and just remove one. Just go in here and remove it right here. It won't cost you anything. You can set it back up, no problem, easily. Just remove one of your chips. Remove 2 of your chips. See for yourself how important chips are. You have the opportunity to do that. Remove your chips. And also, you can actually not only do this, but you can reset a chip. And then you can add it slowly in. See how important it was at 2-star versus 4-star. See how important it was at 2-star versus 5-star. You can do this all on yourself if you wanted to. I would rather have you do it myself, but to be honest with you, rather than blindly listen to videos on YouTube and do it, what we try to do is have you look at it yourself to educate and trust yourself rather than just blindly listen to people who just say that somebody's a fool, somebody's a jerk, why are you listening to that jerk off? No, do it yourself. But I'm telling you, chips are an excellent return of investment. You'll see it for yourself if you just take your chips off. How important they actually play a role in battles and what they're giving you as you move forward. So yeah, like chips, I will always do. It's a default for me as I push the chips. It's kind of hard to do anything with drone level. To be honest, the combat boost comes as it is, not worth spending to push that. And then so components are out. So now I'm starting to get into the areas that originally I said that I wouldn't put money in. And that's kind of the gorilla. So I slowly started the bond rating. Like bond rating is where it's really at. And I'm chipping away now at the special training. And really it's because, again, weighing out where can I put my money of value to get back power of investment, true power. Now this is going to give to the total team. So slowly but surely, I'm starting to go after different parts of it, the team training, lift it, go after it. I'm not going all in. And this brings me to one of my points of the gorilla I wanted to talk about. So if you look at the skills of the gorilla, and you see where I am, I have 28 and I have 30. I have the armor at 28 and I have the roar at 30. My riot shot is 18 and my furious hunt is 19. And you may be like, QB, that's way behind your armor and your roar. I'll tell you, if I could do this again, it would be even further behind. I would remove even more of this furious hunt and riot shot if I could to dump it into the armor and the roar. If you look at any battle, let's first look at a battle report real quick of the gorilla in action. Okay, I was just doing this. I might as well just do it in the arena. It doesn't really matter. So why don't I'll take one of these battles here. It doesn't even matter who I fight. Let's just take a Hulk battle, and here's my gorilla. Okay, so in this battle against Hulk, if you look at the stats of my gorilla, the gorilla is never going to add more value attacking wise, the damage, than the defense. Any defender, would you put, when I just told you when I'm doing gear, anybody's gear, you don't give, your like Carly and Lucius defenders aren't getting the gun. I'm not worried about giving them the gun until last, right? Okay. In saying that, I have right now everybody on my air team is 4 dots or mythic for gear. So this is with Carly and this is with Lucius at 4 dots. Can't get any higher for the gun. And this is what I'm getting offensively out of Carly and Lucius in this battle. Look at the gorilla, 1.2. Whatever I do offensively, the gorilla isn't there to give offense. Look at the damage absorption for the gorilla, 20 million. Same as your defense, 21, 19. It's another defender It's a damage absorber. That's what the gorilla is doing. That's the value of the gorilla. It's a damage absorber, right? It's a debuffer. That is what the gorilla is helping you with. So when I come back into my skills and I look at what these skills do for the gorilla, where do I want to go after the skills? Let's talk about this. This attacks one enemy unit, dealing physical damage. I just told you, I don't give a crap about the damage the gorilla is doing. So why do I care about this? Again, come over here. The Furious Hunt. After your hero scored 10 critical hits, the Overlord attacks 2 random enemy units, dealing physical damage. I don't care how much I lift this, the gorilla is not doing a lot of damage. I don't care about this, right? But let's look at the 2 difference makers of the gorilla. Reduces all damage taken by itself and 3 back row units by 6.8%. That's awesome. That's awesome. I already know that it's helping me from a damage reduction perspective, and it's a debuff. So this gorilla, when I up this skill of the armor, it's actually helping my 3 back row units as well. I love that skill. Now let's go to the other skill. What is Roar doing? The Overlord drains 7% critical rate from the 3 back row enemy units and increases the critical damage received by the 2 front row enemy units by 7. So in other words, this is working the reverse of your armor. Your armor is helping your team absorb more damage, and this is actually dropping the opponent's ability to absorb damage. So they're both incredibly important for the gorilla. The Roar and the armor, both of them should be raised for the gorilla, because again, the gorilla is about defense. It's about absorbing the damage. All right. So when people say, hey, my gorilla sucks, my gorilla doesn't do anything. Yeah. Well, are you looking at the debuff? Are you looking at the actual reducing of your own team damage? Or are you just trying to make the gorilla, I'm not even going to worry about the armor or whatever. I'm going to raise my gorilla's riot shot, and I'm going to raise my Furious Hunt. And then on top of that, I'm going to go after the special training, because I've talked about this before. The other thing about the gorilla that people ignore is they love to talk about the special training. They're sitting there like, oh, the special training. Okay, great. Problem is, the special training is the hero attack and the Overlord attack for all of your team. It's not focused on just your gorilla. It's not. So if you really want to go after the gorilla and you want to train it, the report rating, resistance to all damage types for your gorilla, 45%. The bond rating is moving this bar. Your Overlord hit point boost, your Overlord attack boost, your Overlord defense boost, your Overlord mark size. This all moves with your bond rating. So if you want your gorilla to be strong, then you got to go after the bond rating. That's what's going to make a difference of the gorilla. Okay? So between the bond rating, your armor, and your Roar skills, that's what's going to help the gorilla. And you start seeing a difference as you continue to move those for these two, for the Roar and the Overlord. Now, as you add the shards, where are your shards coming into play? Where your shards are coming into play at the bottom here, you start seeing what the shards are going to do. Increase your start, increase the reduction of your enemy. It makes it stronger. Reduce all damage taken by 1 unit, by 2 units, by 3 units. That's gonna happen with more of the shards. So, do I think the shards are worth it? Yes, I do. But at the same point, like, I think when you're talking about free to play and low spender, let's be realistic. Like, those shards are not easy to get. You got to put a lot of damage. If we're all assuming that this, and again, they removed the wording. Somebody said they removed the wording and leaked out this Overlord. Although I keep saying there's an awful lot of friggin' missiles on this Overlord for something that's going to be for the tank team. There's an awful lot of freaking missiles hooked to this gorilla. So if this is going to be a tank team, then do I think you should spend your shards on the gorilla if your team is gonna be air or your team is gonna be missile? Probably not in the long run. So, if you have a tank team and you're gonna build out a tank team, even your number 2 team, sure, I think it's a value to move this. So for me, when I start looking at it from a spender perspective, and we start talking about like what's worth the most points, from a skill perspective, these two are my priorities as I move my gorilla, and I'm not worried about those. So just some conversation I was having in regards to what's worth moving, what's not worth moving. It's worth it to talk about gorilla and really educate like what is good on the gorilla and what's not. Where is your money better spent? What's going to actually give you your power? And all the people that say this gorilla is a piece of crap, I wouldn't, blah blah blah. Again, if you're actually looking to strengthen the gorilla itself, it's those things. The shards are going to make these skills more potent. Your skills should be focused on defensive and the debuff, and you should be focused more on the bond rating than necessarily the special training if you want to make the gorilla more powerful. Okay. All right. Let me clean up some of your questions probably while I'm running my mouth over here. Let's see. Oh, brother, did you finish up? Okay. More than 26 brands. Is it wise to level 40 all gears for 3 squads versus saving up until you have enough blueprints? No. I wouldn't. No. I would not. One team. NYC, whoever that is over there, shot. One team. One team, you do level 40, and then you start moving on your prints. Your second team, unless you're a big spender. If you're free to play, you're low spender. Just focus on your one team and get that good and solidified. You need that ore to push your blueprints. All that's going to happen is you're going to try to push all your other teams of heroes you're not even going to use, by the way, and you're not going to have enough ore. I don't have enough ore right now. You're definitely not going to have enough ore when you start pushing your blueprints. So you want to be able to have enough ore when you get the blueprints, you can instantly push those things. Now, it is worth it to start working on your second team eventually as you start pushing that first team out. But really, like, focus on that first team. Max out your first team. You should be getting some blueprints, by the way. I don't know when you say not have enough blueprints, but when you should be getting some from the honor store. So push those blueprints that you have. If you don't, I do like to use my inventory. I don't like to just save inventory randomly. So I will say if you're sitting on like 1.7 million ore, something ridiculous, like you can't get any blueprints, then sure, go ahead and use the ore to make it worth your while on like your second team. Very few people are going to have a third team to work on, period. So I don't know. You got to be a spender to work on a third team, in my opinion. It's just like the third team is just going to take I'm just getting to the third team right now, and I've capped out my first and second team, and now I'm going to my third team. So you got a lot of work to do to get there. I would wait. I like to do 2 dots on data chips for my defensive heroes before going to 3 and 4 for armor and your armor and radar for your data chips for your defensive before you're going to 3 and 4 on your armor and radar. Okay, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch. I don't touch my my gun and my chip. I raise the defense up. Defense, the shield, and the radar are my priority for defensive heroes. But each your own. I love the opinion though. I love hearing it. So give other boots a thought of why you're doing it and whatever. I think that's awesome. That's what I do when I build, and what I've been testing in the sandbox for. I'll throw the chips on the hero. I don't know why you'd be putting 2 dots on your chips before 3 and 4 in your armor for your damage dealers, by the way, because that seems weird. Like, why would you want your defenders with the chips before your damage dealer would have a radar and armor? Like your radar and shield. I'd rather have like Kim and Diva, like completely red out before I'm going to put a chip of value on my defense. Yeah, I wouldn't go that route, but that's me. I'm 2 weeks to season 5. My teammates dislike Desert Brawl. Like, yeah, listen, Chicken Charlie, you probably got leveled in it, but like the rewards, that's the bottom line. Like, who cares if you finish 80th in Desert Brawl? Look at your rewards. It's all about the rewards. The rewards were awesome. Even if you finished that last, Charlie, like, the rewards were awesome. For look at the rewards for like the, all the way down 97 to 128. Still got 40K honor points for last place. How could you not like that? Not to mention the weekly rewards. That was just the overall ranking. Then the in-group ranking, you got another 8K. Like, yeah, the rewards are awesome. And you could get plowed in the Desert Brawl, but they were trying to get people to enter. They were trying to give these rewards so you would enter it. They're awesome rewards. The honor points are great. So, not to mention, I don't know how bad you guys got mauled. Chicken Charlie, I don't know what server you're in, but you might have to move up to a better alliance too. I don't know what you guys are getting mauled in your server there. Server went 0 for 4 in Warzone, but in grouping, the server VIP 18s sees pretty evenly matched. What, you have server VIP 18s and you finished last? I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know what where you guys were. Don't listen to QB. Keep 3 teams on the wall. Matter of fact, put the 4th team on there. Thanks. oh, that's Baja. Oh, I didn't realize here to see Baja. Why didn't you say that? That's Baja? Oh, man, I love Baja. Listen, let me tell you, guys. Baja, we're coming back to Baja, by the way. We're going to watch Baja fight again. I had a blast, Baja, with you, watching you fight, man. Really, truly. Thank you for doing the 24-hour. I haven't been able to talk to you since. Thank you very much for that. You entertained me thoroughly. I'm quite sure you entertained other people that were watching. If you've not seen the video, I'm actually going to go back and pull out Baja's piece just so you could watch it because it was so entertaining. The guy is just a freaking maniac. And he reminds me of early on when I was fighting. I was a freaking maniac fighter. And that's what Baja reminds me of. He's so much fun to watch fight. Thank you, brother. You're incredibly entertaining. Loved it, man. You're a blast. You're a good dude, man. You are 100% a great dude. So, come in. So, yeah, exactly. 7 tile space. See, Wu Child got you, man. Wu Child watched you fight. Your four square shuffle. That's awesome, man. Good stuff. Good stuff for the community. Love getting to know you. Sometimes I move them for robots, and big difference when tank chip on missile chip. Thanks, big difference. Yeah, no crap. Do what you got to do. I didn't understand why the gorilla is better for tank team. I don't know. Avies, the gorilla isn't better for tank team. That's not what I'm saying at all. They're saying that eventually, what I think is going to happen, they're obviously going to come out with an overlord for every team. Again, why wouldn't they? Then we don't know when the next one's going to drop, but it's clearly going to drop. We were even talking to Sting in 46, and he talked about it. Like maybe after the season, they're going to drop the next Overlord. So it's coming out. It's going to happen. It's probably they've been talking about. I heard it was going to be what the heck was it supposed? Oh, an eagle. I had heard for a while there was a rumor it was going to be an eagle. Now Sting the other day said it was going to be a phoenix. Listen, I don't know if it's going to be a fairy. But it sounds like it's going to be something that's going to fly, that's going to be for your air team. And my point is that once they come out with these different overlords, if you have a gorilla, let's talk about this common sense, right? If you have a gorilla, how would they, and you were like, the hell with that, I'm not spending more money on an overlord. All right, because you already spent money on a gorilla. How are they going to get you to spend money on another overlord if you're like, man, I haven't finished my first one. You could take that one and shove it. I don't have time. Okay, because you're going to build on the gorilla. So you're going to attach your gorilla to whatever team you're fighting on, and you're like, that's good enough for me. Forget your Phoenix. I don't care about it right now. I'm not even going to unleash it because I already have the gorilla, and I'm not strong enough. I'm free to play. I'm low spender. I don't care about it. I'm just going to attach my gorilla, and that's good enough. Okay, how are they going to get you to care about a second overlord? All right, what if I said to you, the Phoenix is going to offer a 20% buff to air? Oh, I just heard everybody go, oh, shit. Uh-oh, I need the Phoenix. I need it because it's a 20% buff to air. Right, so if they all of a sudden attach some kind of special buff to your Overlord for a specific team, now all of a sudden, guess what you have to do? Spend money, time, effort, whatever you want to call it, into building the second Overlord. That's all they have to do. All they have to do is attach some kind of buff to it to make you care about it. And that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. Hey, listen, I'm not, I have to be some kind of fortune teller to tell how the game can make money. It's just how they can do it to get money. So that's why I say they keep saying that this was the first one. Maybe they'll attach it to Tank. That's been the rumor. Again, I don't know for sure. Nobody does. Anybody who has make these videos for clickbait to tell you, oh yeah, this is what's going to happen. I love those, right? I won't be making them. You don't worry. Clickbait is not my thing, so you won't be getting a clickbait video from me. But what I have heard is this is supposed to be Tank. I've heard the rumor of that. My observation is that, holy shit, there's a lot of friggin' missiles on this guy for it to be a buff for Tank. I don't know. Like, that's what I keep hearing. And I heard that there was language that leaked it was going to be a buff for Tank. And it was going to be attached to Tank. But if you have 3 Overlords, 3 teams, it certainly makes sense, right? I don't know. You have a 4th team, maybe. Maybe there'll be a 4th Overlord. I don't know how many Overlords they want to make. But they're coming out with a second one. It's supposed to be a Phoenix. It makes sense. A Phoenix would be tied to an heir. So maybe they're going to do that. Maybe they're going to wait and not announce it until they have the 3rd one out and then tell you, oh yeah, now they're going to be each attacked to a team. I don't know what they're going to do. But they're coming out with multiple Overlords. And by the way, if you don't, I'm not just talking out of school here, just making up bullshit for, again, like, I'm not going to make a video of this, so there won't be any clickbait from QB. Don't worry. But I will show you this. I've talked about this in the inventory, right? If you go into your heroes, if you didn't do it, then why would you have something called Universal Overlord Shard? What's the universal? If there's only one, how could it be universal? Because it's a gorilla. There's a gorilla here. There's a gorilla picture here. Like, you know, because eventually they're going to come out with another one, and this can be used as a universal. That's how they're going to do it. You know that's going to happen. So it's just a matter of time. So that's why, for me, it's kind of dangerous right now, knowing there's going to be another one. And because so many of you have an air unit, if you are a non-spender, you got to be careful with how you're going to spend those universal shards if you're pushing them. I don't necessarily recommend that you use them because you probably don't have a lot of money to sit there and get more shards for the next one if you already started building a gorilla. So if this, I don't know what team it's going to be used for. It sounds like people are saying Tank. So I don't know. Just know it for your information. That's all I say. I don't say that it's, you know, got to be for Tank or it's going to be. I don't know that. I'm just saying that's the rumor. All right. Let's see. Next one. My server is basically free to play. My server is grouped with Qatar's twin brother. It's hilarious. Okay. Qatar one's twin brother and his younger son. 740 million in power and 600 million in power. My server has 0 chance in season 5. Migrate. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know, there's nothing you can do, Chicken Charlie, if you're going against these servers. What I would say is, anytime you're against a server who has some kind of whale, I don't care who they are, Qatar, Matar, anybody who you go against, try to be friends with them. Try to be friends with people because, you know, being enemies with them doesn't make sense. So a lot of times when you can connect with people and hook with them, especially in a season, you can end up getting yourself into a 4th place, 5th place, 6th place. You're probably not going to be top 3. You don't have a chance. But when you make friends more than enemies, you end up with better places. And when you're weaker, it makes no sense to talk a bunch of trash and be their enemy when you know you're going to get hammered and leveled by these people. So just be their friends. Try to be friends. Try to make friends. Chicken Charlie, that's what I would say. If your server doesn't have a shot, that is your best chance. Just try to support those teams or support those servers and do that rather than, you know, try to go against. That's what I would say. Who in their right mind think these are fair? The matchups are never fair. Just be fair. Okay. Facebook is fun kill. Okay, we got that. Hi, thanks for watching. Hit that truck before you get to the destination. Oh, crap. Sorry. All right. So before I go, I told you I was gonna hit the truck, right? Okay. All right. Sorry. Sammy, where's Sammy's victim? Sammy's victim. All right, here we go. Let's go. Plunder truck. All right. So Sammy's victim. We said we would use the lineup. Let's use the lineup. Let me make sure I have my. Do I have my? I gotta put my. Nope. All right. Let me. I gotta take. Sorry, Fiona. It's got to go to Marshall. Got to go to Marshall. Marshall. Here we go. Marshall. All right. Everybody else should have. We're good. Yes. 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 Okay. All right. Here we go. Sammy's victim. He is up. By the way, remember it was 79.3. The guy keeps. How the hell did he get 0.1 on a Sunday? I don't know what he did. He spent more money to try. He keeps getting bothered that I keep burning him. So he's up to 79.4. So let's see if we can get him. Here we go, Sammy. Here's your Marshall. There's your front end. Here we go. Let's go. Battle. We're going to try to battle him. We'll battle him 37 times if we have to. Defeat is a common thing. No problem. Here we go. See if we can get him. See if we can piss him off. That's 3 losses, Sammy. 4 losses, Sammy. 5 losses, Sammy. There it is. Come on, everybody. We got him again. We got him again. Sammy's victim. Gotcha. Gotcha. 79.43. Still gotcha. Sammy's victim. Boom. Love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, guys. Come on. How awesome is this? Guy's going to be so pissed. So pissed. I would be livid. I'm telling you right now. All right, let's take a look. Here is the battle. Here's your battle. Finally got him. Took a few times, but we got him, Sammy. Still got him, buddy. Sammy's still our victim, man. Here he is. So here is the win. Again, I don't know what he went up. His chips are still down. His drones. Here, again, now he's level with us by drone, by the way. It had to be something with the drone because remember, the only thing that we were beating him in was drone. Now that's 12.9. He's got us in tech. 1.4 here. He's got us in decoration. Got us in units still. Got us in wall of honor. Overlord. You name it. This dude's pumping in. And this is with his strategic pillar. 499. Guys got us in everything. Except for chips. Boy, those chips, man. This guy's selling chips left and right. Every time we beat this guy, I guarantee we're selling chips to the community. So, man, those chips must be strong, man. Let's take a look at the battle. Oh, look at Swift. Swift survived this one. That's how we won. Let's watch it. We'll give it a watch. We'll give it a watch. Do Sammy's victim. Here we go. And again, like I tell you, that front hero stuff, high ceilings, bro. It's like, you had to fight 6 times and lose, but man, eventually with the front hero, you do get those high ceilings. The average sucks, but it's when you get that one battle. And again, look at this, Swift stayed alive. I guarantee those other battles, we'll take a look at another battle. Swift probably lost early. It's all about keeping Swift alive. We blew him out. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close, this one. Like, we friggin' blew him. With Swift staying alive for that long, this guy's going to have to lift his power up, like, to 80 to beat us at this point. We're almost to the season with Fiona. So, I'm ready to go to level 30 on Fiona if I need to beat this guy. So we got Sammy's victim for a little while longer. I can tell you that much. Because it's not like QB's gonna stop growing to be Sammy's victim here. We're gonna keep getting them. But if we look at some of the other ones right here, you could see like he's barely winning even on these. And we'll see like when Swift dies. It's all about like Swift dies. You kind of get screwed. Like it's all about that Swift damage. Marshall here is going to be probably the first one to die because Swift takes out the weakest hit points right here, goes after and levels out. But as long as we can keep the targeting going, and this is what I talk about with Fiona, right? While like tank is so strong, because picture that Fiona's exclusive weapon. Listen, if it makes that big a difference, you're just going to have Marshall go on that side and you're going to take out Fiona. So all this like overreaction nonsense on Fiona, listen, if he's that important, throw Marshall there, take her out. Done deal. So it's not really that big a deal. But you can see, hung on. Good damage right here. 37.5, 33.8. His Tesla, 13.5. But you know what's amazing about him is that McGregor hangs on. His McGregor is really strong. Really strong. Probably the tactical. He's got 8%, I think, on tactical. It probably has something to do with it because it's the only difference between me and him. Is this 6% in tactical? It's probably helping him with the defense that he does. And it could be with this too. He's got me by 50 here. with his team's bonus, so his hit points probably go higher. See his hit points right here? It's probably with his, it's probably in this where he's getting the hit points from in his survival training, and it's raising, and he's getting that bonus, and that's why his McGregor hangs around. But yeah, look at all the losses. You can see this loss. Look at this one. We got level. We got mauled in this one. Mauled. Look at his defense just stayed alive. You'll see all of them. It's probably the defense. Like, again, the ones we lost, defense stayed alive. This one, defense stayed alive. This one, defense stayed alive. Oh, this one actually, Fiona stayed alive too. He mauled me even worse than that one. 1, 2, 3. We go to this one. Defense stayed alive. That one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth one. Defense stayed alive. And his gorilla. His gorilla's mad strong too, right? So his gorilla stayed alive in that one. Bottom line is, we got Sammy's victim once more. Come on. Not sure if Samy was here tonight, but guess what? Got to give him credit. He's on the WWC. He joined our Discord. Give him a shout out. His lineup wins again. Lineup wins again. Love giving Samy some props. That front hero lineup. So I'm happy to be able to beat him live and do that. All right, guys. One last thing before I let you go that I wanted to tell you for a change. I've changed to the T11 white troops. So going into the season for me, season 5. Basically, the buff between the two of them is when you're here, you're only just getting the extra 10% attribute penalty. So when you attack, if you go to attack again, a second attack somewhere, it's a 10% less attribute penalty on the ones you've lost. And if it doesn't make sense to you, it's just like when you attack. Think about when you attack somebody. Oh, so for yesterday when we lost to King, right here, King had fought me, right, and then if he bounces off of me and he fights again, his team is 24.7 million because he already fought me once. So think about his team if he has to fight again out there and you're running around fighting a second time. Instead of fighting 24.7 million, you're going to fight 10% more. You're not going to get as much of an attribute penalty on the second fight. So that's really the difference for your T11s, right? Going into the season, it's going to be a priority to conserve troops. That's how I look at it. So I'm less worried about being stronger on my second attacks and my third attacks or my fourth attacks or anything like that. I want to conserve my troops because that's where my speed-ups are going to come with all the battles I need to do in Season 5. So to me, if you open up your troops for T11s, to me, there's way more value in keeping them alive. And even that, it's a small little bonus even to have these, by the way, because these are only like what? The severity wounded rate drops by 5%. Okay? But guess what? That to me is more valuable than the 10% attribute I'm getting out of the other troops. So I'm going to take the white troops. I will have these white troops. You will see my grounds look like this. In case you're wondering, like, hey, why do you have the white troops instead of the dark stormtroopers? That's why I've changed. I will do this all through Season 5. I have no interest in changing my troops. I will have them like this because I want to conserve troops as much as I can. So, speed ups are the name of the game in Season 5. Fighting is the name of the game in Season 5. I need to survive. So that's why I have them. I will leave you with that. That was also on my list to talk about. All right, guys. I'm going to let you go for tonight. Thank you all for joining. Love y'all. Hop on to Discord if you want to continue this conversation with either me or the community. Remember the coordinates list. Please go out there. Lovely people. Don't know, by the way, if I might have gotten the... Yeah, right here, by the way. Look. Hey, C-Bricks. Remember I needed this from Warzone 1491? Look who came through. Look who came through. My coordinates people found me, sent me the link. Here we are. I just got to download it. And for Mr. Wilson out there, maybe I will be out there and watch your Capital War. I may even stream it live. If you're really going to have a Capital War, then maybe I will stream it live, because who doesn't want to see an actual Capital War? How many could there really be out there where servers are actually having civil war and fighting an actual Capital War? So, Mr. Wilson, if you guys are really scrapping for real for the Capital, instead of sharing it and coming to an agreement, because I know you all know that that's probably what the most of you are doing, I might stream this thing live because I love it. Let's go take a look at this Capitol and see what we look like out here for 1491. Man, 1491 got a lot of people. Look at a lot of people. If these are, imagine if, holy crap, guys. Damn. Holy shnikes. This is friggin', if this is really just everybody fighting over the Capitol War, we can't come to an agreement on it, dude, I 100% am going to stream this thing. Mr. Wilson. Yes, sir, it's crazy. Hey, guys, I'm going to tell you what. I will figure it out for a time. It's on the agenda. On the agenda, everybody, to stream this bad boy out. Okay, Mr. Wilson? I know you're at work, but guess what? If you're not going to attend and you're at work, throw it on the live because we're going to have you, brother. We got you. We got you. How about that? Okay? We're going to do it. All right. All right, with that, I've held you guys up long enough. Thank you all for joining. Appreciate y'all. Please come back. We'll be here tomorrow night again. See you. QB18 out.